Good morning and welcome to John Beck. This is your principal, Mr. Lin, and I hope that you had a wonderful Thursday yesterday. Today is Friday, February 17th, 2023. It is a day D. For instrumentals, it's a day 5. Day 6. Sorry about that. Now, before we kick off this wonderful day, I want to invite you, as I always do, to please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Go ahead and take a seat. I'm so happy that you're here in school. I always talk about this awesome energy that you guys bring to school. And I want to share a story because yesterday I was hanging out in one of our awesome kindergarten classes and I had a great time. The kids were showing me some of their writing. The teacher was doing a great job, cheering the kids on with their writing. And I decided to quietly leave the classroom, at which point the kindergartners sent me a message that all of you guys know about and stopped me in my tracks right there at the doorway and simply said, "We love you, we care about you, and we're here to encourage you." Now, guys, I'll tell you what, I needed that message. It was everything to me. And it didn't come from other grown-ups. It came from kids like you. I want you to remember that because kids like you, okay, I know that grown-ups are bigger. I know that grown-ups have a lot more responsibilities in life, but I want you to know that it doesn't matter if you're a 5-year-old, in kindergarten, or you're a 6th grader. You have an important power, and that is the power to make people feel amazing. And that energy that I feel in this school today is that energy. I hope that you guys can harness it and share that love, care, and encouragement. I'll tell you what, those kindergartners made my day. I know that it made the teacher's day. Just to be able to see that, I know that if I were their teacher, it would make my day too. So, guys, I just want to remind you, boys and girls, you are students here at John Beck, but you are also our future. And spread the message. You have the power to spread good. It's amazing. All right, let's go over our lunch menu for today. We've got 4 choices. The first choice is the French bread cheese pizza. Choice 2 is the yogurt cup meal. Choice 3 for kindergarten through 2nd grade is the lunchbox meal with ham. And then for 3rd through 6th grades, a ham sandwich meal. Last but not least, choice 4 is the sun butter sandwich. All right, so make your choices. And so our kitchen can make the lunch for you, and so you can enjoy what you ordered at lunchtime. Of course, if you're a packer, you are good to go. Now, don't forget, we have 3 expectations here at the school: respect, responsibility, and readiness. Okay, and yesterday I talked about the importance of showing respect even in times when you don't think people are watching you. And I talked about, making sure that when you're in the cafeteria or in the bus, that again, just because people may not be paying attention to you doesn't give you the free rein to do whatever you want. Hopefully, deep down inside, you can stop yourself and say, am I about to do something I should be proud of or not? Okay. And of course, I did anchor this all in talking about, Pokemon cards, trading things, toys, even Bakugans, those kinds of things. Really fun stuff, really fun toys. But should we be trading them? I don't think so. Too many feelings get hurt. Okay, people think that a trade is fair, others don't. I think we could just avoid it. Enjoy what you got. No need to want what other people have, okay? And in doing so, in honoring what you do have, you are actually respecting yourself, okay? Yeah, people may have other things that you want, maybe have more things that you want, but respect yourself and say, I should be happy with what I've got. Show responsibility. Stop yourself from wanting other people's stuff. Just say, I'm happy. We could share, we could play around, but in the end, we return, right? We return those toys. And I think that's really important that we practice that, okay? We practice that responsibility of taking care of what we own, not worrying about wanting what other people have. And last but not least, showing that you're ready, okay? Ready to tackle on this day. So, many of you guys who have been sneaking these little trades, guys, if you're ready, move on, okay? If you're ready and you haven't done a great job with this thing or that thing on a test or whatever it is, choose to move on, do better, Learn from your mistakes. Okay. Mr. Lin is always battling his own mistakes. Sometimes I win, sometimes I lose, but each time I like to think that I brush myself off and I get right back at it. That's bravery, then that's courage. All right. So we don't have any special announcements for today. I'm going to move into this day in history. I was talking to a sixth grader yesterday, and I was talking to some other students about how we kind of enjoy the history of war, right? I have to be careful when I say that because war, of course, is deadly, and there are lots of sad stories. But out of war sometimes comes some amazing inventions, right? So I want to share one invention, okay? Back during the American Civil War, once again, that is the war when the northern states went to war with the slave-holding states of the South, and a great thing that came out of it was that the North won. Pennsylvania was on that team, on that side, and the states in the South ended up having to free their slaves. That's a great thing, okay? But on the southern side, they did come up with a pretty interesting invention. They called it a fish boat at the time. Now, when you think about fish, they swim underwater. A boat underwater, like a fish boat. You know what? I don't think we call them fish boats anymore. They are called submarines, okay? So the Confederates, the South, okay, actually created the first submarine that was able to detonate a bomb and sink the enemy. So it was called the Confederate States ship Hunley. It was built in Mobile, Alabama. I don't know if you've ever been there. That was one of the Navy bases for the South. And this fish boat made its way. It went into service. It went into action on this day, the 17th of February, back in 1864. And it actually went to a northern ship. And about 20 feet away, it had this kind of like arm that it could plant, essentially a bomb that would sink the ship. And that's exactly what the CSS Hunley did. They sunk this ship. It was the first time a submarine was able to sink a ship in this method. Unfortunately, the bomb that went off also was still connected to the Hunley, and so unfortunately, very sadly, it also sank the submarine. So it was not successful in the sense that it made it back. But the CSS Hunley is interesting because for those of you guys who are inventors and who love to think about new vehicles out there, back then they had the idea of making a fish boat. And in the process of creating this fish boat, although it was sad in what it did and how it was used, it became a pretty good first submarine. And as many of you guys may know, with if you especially have connections to the military or the United States Navy, the submarine is one of the most important ships out there, except they're not on the water, they're underwater. And submarines are an important part of any country's any country's Navy, including our United States Navy. So anyways, if you find inventions interesting, if you find the history of war interesting, that's a little bit for you to know. And, if you take anything away from it, you might just chuckle and say, before they came up with the word submarines, they used the word fish boats for this idea. All right, if nobody else has told you this, I love you. I mean it. This is right back at you. I care about you. I'm here to encourage you. Boys and girls, I love seeing that from you guys. It gives me chills down my back. But what even fires me up more is seeing you guys find ways to show that love, show that care, and show that encouragement. I want you guys to keep doing that, all right? Can't wait to see you guys around. Have an amazing day.